Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. I don't know if I got good reception over here in this area. Come on in, chosen ones. Good afternoon. Let me see if a few people are going to come in. I know my reception is come on in, chosen ones. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you're there. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Hey, Yvonne. I'm sitting in my car. I was on my way home. I said, let me just give this message before I go. Hi, Alfie. Y'all come on in, chosen ones. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. I hope you all are having a great afternoon. I hope you all are having a great afternoon. Oh, excuse me. Well, listen, chosen ones, this is what I want to come talk to you all about. You know, there is a lot of things that are happening in this world. We know a lot of things that are going on. You know, in this season, you have to be strong-minded. You really have to be strong-minded. You have to be strong-willed. And I'm not talking about the strong where you don't need anybody. You can do everything by yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where you're going to have to, hello, Jacqueline, you're going to have to pull on the strength that is within you. You're going to have to pull on the strength. You're going to have to look and pull on the strength that is within you. Thank you, Jacqueline. You won't be able to have the time and the energy to be looking outside yourself, looking for people to motivate you, encourage you all the time. You're going to have to pull on that strength from within, because people are not going to always be there to encourage you, to give you a encouraging word. They're not going to always be there. Sometimes you're going to need that strength when no one else is there. Because with the chosen ones, we have people there for us, but we don't have people there for us. Let me say that. You know, you got people you can call, but you don't have people that are there for you. People are not there for you like you're there for people. You don't have a you in your life. If that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat. You don't really have a you in your life. You don't have a you in your life. Hey, Keisha. Put a 1. Let me know. Let me know if you don't have a you in your life as a chosen one. Chosen ones, like what I was saying, look at all the ones. You are firm and stern and supportive. I'm telling you all. For everyone else, you're there for people. You make sure people have. You make sure they're okay. You make sure they're good. But you don't have a you. Exactly, Vaughn, girl. I can feel you. Look, I know exactly what you're talking about. You are the pillar. You are the pillar and the foundation in a lot of folks' lives. And you know you are. And some of you all are so much of a pillar that if you left here today, if God snatched you up out this earth today, if he just took you just like this, a lot of folks will fall clean down. They'll make it, but they'll fall. They wouldn't know what to do. And that's why, as chosen ones, especially if you have children, a lot of you are really trying to get your children prepared for the world. Or not only for the world, because you're getting tired. You're tired. You tired. Like the old folks say, I'm tired. So you're trying to get them ready and prepared. Because you're about two more dashes away from saying, you know what? Bump everybody. You about to go you about to leave everything and go get you you about to leave the house, the dog, the cat. You're about to leave everything and say, you know what, y'all figure it out. Or you're about to say, get somebody else to do it. Because you're tired, and people don't understand the level of tired that you're on, because people don't understand your emotional labor. They just see you, in the physical presence, and you carry the weight so well. They don't understand the emotional labor that you go through, that you're going through, that you deal with. The emotional labor is more than any type of labor that can be explained. Right? The emotional labor is, girl, me too, Yvonne. Take me with you. Take me with you, Yvonne. The emotional labor, just, you put in a lot of time. Let me just say that, chosen one. You put in a lot of time. And in this season, what I want to come and encourage you all to do as the chosen ones, as the ones who, are always putting in this emotional labor. You really don't have a you for you, a you to support you. Right? And you're not doing it in a selfish manner. You're doing it to preserve yourself. This is the season you have to pull the strength from within you. I'm trying to get my words right here. mouth dry. I haven't been drinking water. But you're going to have to pull the strength from within you, because so many people pull on you emotionally. So many people are pulling on you emotionally. And you're going to have to take care of yourself. And it may hurt, because you're so used to doing, and you're so used to being there for everybody. You're so used to doing this, that, and the other. You're going to have to pull back so you could restore or reset your energy and your strength. You're going to have to pause and take a break. So you can reset your energy. You can reset your strength. You can reset your mind. You can finally take care of yourself. Because some of you all are not taking care of yourself like you should, because you're so worried about taking care of everyone else. Yes, you probably are, Yvonne. Let me tell you why you probably are. And all of that, that schizophrenia, PTSD, um, all of that, when you're dealing with family and you're dealing with, situations that I'm not saying we don't want to address, but sometimes we suppress a lot of things. And when you suppress a lot of things, a lot of suppression leads to bipolar, schizophrenia. And those are spirits. If you coming on this channel, I'm gonna just tell you how it is. Those are just demonic spirits that needs to be dealt with, that needs to be addressed. And a lot of times we sit and suffer at the hands of family because we too afraid to speak up. We too afraid to, be alone because of the unspoken system. The unspoken system in some of these families that people dare not speak against. So most people who are dealing with schizophrenia, PSTD, bipolar, I dare to say they're chosen ones, but they don't know how to deal and they don't know how to address the issues that they're going through. I refuse, and I almost went there. And this is not to say anything bad about anyone who's experiencing this type of stuff, because I already know where it comes from. I already know what it is. That stuff is on a spiritual level. When you suppress so much, and when you got these family systems, when you got this toxicity that's going on in the family, yes, you got to really address it, Yvonne. When you got a lot of this toxicity that goes on in families, that people see things going on but don't say anything. They see people doing things that are not ethical and they don't say anything. They just brush over it like they don't see it going on. When you have stuff like that going on in families and folks ignore it, it makes it seem like it's the right thing to do, when some people know what they're doing is wrong. Yes, you probably battling a lot of your generation of curses and demons in the bloodline. You're probably battling a lot of that, which you'll have to get delivered. You'll probably have to see someone and get delivered, because you're dealing with a lot of strongholds. Listen, I fought them. I know how it goes. But see, I was bold enough and I was strong enough to say no. I was strong enough and bold enough to face it. And see, a lot of times we don't want to face this stuff because you speaking out against it, me speaking out against what I dealt with in my family, that's going to make me be the target. People are going to look at me as if I'm the target. I'm the one shaking up and calling out all the bad going on in the family, right? And a lot of people be afraid to address it because they don't want to be ostracized in the family. A lot of you already are ostracized anyways. You're already the black sheep. You already don't fit in. And then people will make you seem like you're the problem. They'll point the finger at you because you were the one that was like, this is not right. You're just standing up like, y'all don't see this going on? Well, why is this person like this? Why this person crazy? Why this person crazy? Why this person got an addiction? Why this person got an addiction? Why all these diseases running in the family? Well, why they don't say nothing about? When you go to asking questions, you become a target. You know what I'm saying? When you go to opening your big mouth, you gonna look like the one that's trying to make the family look bad when the family's already bad. Okay? Because people don't want you to say nothing. They want you to be quiet and ignore certain things that are going on in the family. No. It needs to be addressed because people gonna think it's okay. You got to let our children and grandkids know this stuff is not normal. And stop laughing at stuff. It's not normal. They need to get help. They need to get deliverance. You need to deal with your trauma. Exactly, Monique, girl. I understand. And it is a fight. You gonna need the Lord. You gonna need the Lord to fight this. This is a fight. This is a spiritual fight. Cause as soon as you wake up and address them demons and them issues in the family, them spirits wake up. They rise up. Cobras, they go to looking. Everybody go to looking. I dare you say something. I know you ain't saying nothing. I know you ain't saying nothing because you used to do this. Yes, I used to do it because the family is doing it. The family got the issue, not just me. We fighting some stuff. We fighting some stuff that needs to be dealt with. And nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody don't have the heart, the guts. I remember I talked about it. I don't even want to waste my energy. Let me look. I'm not even gonna bring that up anymore. I'm gonna go ahead on to something else. Lord say don't bring it up because it's draining to keep talking about it. But when people ignore stuff in the family, one thing this is when you know you're dealing with demons, demonic system, and curses in your family. I'm gonna say this because there's more where I can keep my energy without being depleted. When things are going on in the family that are wrong, these things are wrong. People are doing things that are wrong. And what I mean by wrong is, grandma got a husband and a side dude. Granddaddy got grandma at home and a side dude. Some of them got side dudes. Lord forgive me. If you got granddad at the house, he got him some little side pieces. You got your cousins. They married. He married. And got, little side pieces come to. This the type of stuff, like when we see this type of stuff and it goes on and nobody don't address it, everyone around you who's watching this type of stuff thinks it is okay. They think it's normal. And it's going to be normal to that person, your generation, your bloodline, because no one is saying anything. You're not addressing the issues. You're not addressing the issues. It's a generational thing. It's a bloodline thing. It's not normal. We can make it normal because we don't say nothing and we accept it. No, I'm not saying you got to bash people. You got to make them feel bad. But you can't say, you know what? I thank God. I thank God. I know God got better for you. You're not supposed to be living like that. God didn't intend for you to live like that. You need to deal with what you're dealing with. That's what I believe. You need to deal with what you got going on. You're not supposed to be in and out of depression and up and down in your moods and all that. No, it's okay to have a bad day. You don't want to be bothered, but you shouldn't be taking antidepressants. You shouldn't be taking this stuff to regulate your emotions. You should be able to regulate your own emotions. If you're not a child, because children really don't know how to deal with, their emotions, and they're trying to learn the world and everything is so confusing and they got so many things coming at them. They need to be learning how to regulate, but not through meds, probably through counseling or, therapy or something like that. Therapy or something like that. Oh, yes, that's another curse right there, Monique. Yes, that's another curse. That's another curse. People will punish you for speaking up, and that's what people do. When you speak up, especially in families, they will punish you. They will let you know that I dare you speak up against. I was punished quite a few times. I was punished. When I spoke up, I had an uncle that tried to molest me when I was younger, and I spoke up about it, and my aunt got mad because I spoke up. I remember I was 5 years old, and come to find out, he don't touch quite a few people in the family. Come to find out, I'm going to just tell the truth, shame the devil. But nobody spoke up. We talk amongst each other, but nobody spoke up to spoke up to say it's wrong. It's not right. And I talk about it because it's my story. I'm not going to be quiet about my story. I don't care who see this video and go back. Because you know folks be watching you. Then they get mad because you telling your story. You breaking generational curses. It's not like you're doing it. You know, you can tell I'm not doing it with venom and bleeding on you. I'm just doing it out of sharing my story for a teaching. But folks want you to be quiet about stuff. And then this foolishness run through the bloodline. Then you talk amongst yourself. Oh, this person say this person touched them. This same person. No, you got to stop that foolishness. Somebody gonna have to stand up. That's why people are dealing with being bipolar, schizophrenia, PTSD, because they're afraid to say something. And I understand, yes, you got people that tell lies and stuff. You got, you got children and family members that lie to try to make other people look bad, into all this demonic stuff, all this devilish hate, this type of stuff. I understand that. But no, when it's true, you will know it's true. Because the person gonna always have in their head, they trying to save the family. Exactly. I didn't let my kids go. I let one of my children go when I was a young parent, my oldest son. I let him go around a lot of people, a lot of family members and stuff, because I was a young parent and I didn't have the knowledge I had now. But I still tried to keep them protected. But this is what we got to teach our children. There is no boogeyman. There is no boogie. What we used to say, the boogeyman. There is no monster out there in the world. Ain't no monster out there. You know where the monster at? In your bloodline. The monsters is in your bloodline. Your grandma and them. Your aunties and them. Your uncles and them. Those are the monsters. And these kids don't understand the difference. If this is my family, they're not supposed to be doing this, or they may think it's okay. There's no monster out there in the world. Ain't no boogeymans out there. Them boogeymans in the family. We gonna tell the truth and shame the devil today. Them demons are in the bloodline. The continual generation, the curse of incest is in the bloodline. And them predators are always looking for those who are not protected. They're going to always look for people who don't have like a mom or a dad present, someone who keep an eye on them. They're always looking for that. With my oldest son, I let him go to too many different people's houses because I trusted these people. You trust their grandma. You trust their aunties. You trust they supposedly godmother. But you don't really know how these people feel about you. You don't know what they're doing to your children. You don't know what they are telling your children behind your back. You don't know how they are grooming them behind your back. What lies they're putting into their spirit and system. You got to watch how people live at their house. People will get mad at you because you don't want your children around certain people, or you stop your children from going places because in your mind you see what they're doing is not safe. And people will get mad at you because you don't want your children around that foolishness. Then they'll say you think you all of that, but you're trying to protect your child. Your child can't protect themselves. They're depending on you. And now it's just not adults. It's just not adults. I'm going to have to change this title. Now you got to protect your children from other children because they're seeing stuff. And they're doing what they see. They're innocent. They're just doing what they see. Or they're doing what somebody is doing to them. And this is what I'm saying, people are so perverted in their ways You got people doing things to these innocent children because of this perverted world, and they're watching all this nasty stuff on their phones, and that stuff is contaminating their minds. You watching all this nasty filth on your phone, trying to get a erection, and you getting your spirit filled with perversion. And when you see a little innocent baby, them demons in you go to talking about doing something to this innocent little boy, this innocent little girl, because you full of, not you, a person, is full of this perverted foolishness and messing these babies up before they get a chance to even have a honest chance in this world. And that's why most of these kids, when you get grown, you can have whatever life you want to. I don't discriminate on nobody. If somebody want to like a woman, that's their business. That's what they want to do. They're adults. They get to make their decision. And y'all leave these people alone because they want to make that decision. But when these babies are innocent and they're perverted and they don't have a choice, they're confused from the jump. That's what I'm saying. Because I love everybody. I don't care what you do with your life. Just don't stop me from doing what I do with mine. I know how to respect folks. But protect your babies regardless of who get mad. And that's the thing. I used to be so concerned. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I used to be so afraid because I knew people was going to judge me. I knew it. But I'm at the point now I don't care. Back then, I was still broken and didn't know who the heck I was. I was struggling because I was trying to people please and I was going through my own stuff. But protect your children. When they can't speak up for themselves, protect your babies. I don't care who get mad. I was overprotective over my babies. And I don't regret it. I don't care what nobody say. You got to do what's best for your child. I remember I had a friend when my son, I grew up, I was raised, my oldest, we lived in a little small town. And I used to let him go, and play in the yard. And I had a friend, although I used to leave my door open to make sure, I can hear him and see him. And every so often, every 3 minutes, I call his name to see was he okay. And she was like, "Girl, leave that boy alone. You're doing too much. Let that boy play and leave him alone." I was like, "No, I don't know if my baby could run out into that road. I don't know what he could do. Me parenting may not be the way somebody else parent, and it's okay. Everybody have to learn their way. There's no blueprint. There's no blueprint to doing what you feel is safe to do for you as a parent. People will get mad because you don't want to do. You need to do what gives you a peace of mind as a mother. And that's what I had to learn. If my spirit said no, it was a no. And people will get mad. They'll take it personal. People get mad because, okay, you say, okay, I can't come this time. And just because you can't come that time, they'll get mad at you and won't invite you nowhere else because they mad because you didn't come. That's control. You don't want to be around people who do that. You don't want to be associated with people who try to dictate whether you gonna do something they want you to do or not. If you have young babies, you do what you think is best, regardless of how overprotective somebody may say you are, how controlling, whatever they say. As a mother, you know what's best for your child. You know what's best. And don't let people make you feel bad Don't let people make you feel bad because you don't want to raise your children a certain way. You don't want them exposed to certain things. You don't want them living a certain way. People try to make you feel bad because you don't want your child to be exposed to the stuff you were exposed to. They're going to turn out how they turn out. Long as you know you did what you need to do to protect your children, you do what you need to do. Because people make you feel bad because you don't want to raise your child up in the hood. Because you didn't want to raise your child up where they got to walk outside and duck every time they go outside. People get mad at you. People get mad at you because you don't want to raise your child where you can't have a peace of mind. You want to be able to have a peace of mind. And they'll get mad at you. And I had a person say some stupid stuff to me because, with my oldest son, he ended up going through his own little journey, his own little season. And we all are. I don't care where you grow up. You can be raised in the hood, the suburb, wherever. You're going to still go through your season. And the person who was saying something to me about this, he didn't have no right. Look, he didn't have no right. If I looked at his life, now I ain't going to put too much information because somebody may see this and know who I'm talking about. He didn't have no right to say what he said to me about my son. They gonna say I should have left him in the hood. I used to be thinking that foolishness too. But raised them up in, our small area, where we grew up at. And I was like, no, I did what I felt was best for me as a mother. I don't regret no decision I made. I'm not gonna let a person make me regret any decision. I jive with my daughters. I joke and jive with them about, about being raised in the suburbs because I grew up fighting. I grew up fighting and joking and jiving and had to learn how to get people up off me. They didn't grow up like that. They didn't grow up having all that contention and dealing with all this unnecessary warfare, that you grow up with in the hood. Everybody beefing about unnecessary stuff, a lot of ignorant stuff, I was like, they didn't have to grow up with that mentality. They didn't have to grow up with that defensive, mechanism. I always got to be alert and stuff. They didn't have to grow up with that. I grew up with that. So that's why I tell people I love the Lord, but I'm half hood and half holy. And I have to learn how to not be triggered about certain things. I had to learn how to have some decorum. When it comes to people saying certain things, I had to learn how to pick my battles. When you become a parent and you become wise in society and you can jeopardize your freedom, you gotta learn how to pick your battles. And I've never been the one that, just went and started stuff. I wasn't like no, just fighting just to be fighting type person. But I grew up in that type of environment where folks just be beefing and hating for just stupid stuff. Foolishness. And I tell my babies they didn't have to grow up in that. Yes, they had their own issues, but they didn't have to grow up with that type of contention and, beef and jealousy and people hating on you because you look like this. They hating on you because you look like that. All you think you are, they didn't have to grow up like that. They never been in a fight. Never. They never been into a fight from elementary, from graduating, never been in a fight. I've been in several. Let me count. I can't remember them all. They never been into a fight. Not saying they can't fight because they got some little strength in them. But they never had to go through that. They never had to experience that type of stuff. Am I saying it's good or am I saying it's bad? No, I'm not saying neither. But that wasn't their journey. But what I was saying is people will get mad because you want something different. You want to try to change the trajectory, break the generational curse and do something different. You don't want to repeat the cycles. And people hate on you and get mad about that. Get mad about that. And people sit back and be jealous too. Oh, we gonna tell the truth. Because see, folks don't want to be telling the truth. People sit back and be jealous. Because you trying to do something different. You ain't trying to do the same. You didn't. And parents, stop feeling bad. Because, you know, sometimes we'll feel bad. We'll feel bad. I did. I went through that little season one time. I'm like, dang, maybe I should have, you know. Look, I'm like, maybe I should have raised them up over there, you know. But no, don't feel bad for that. You're doing what you think is right as a mom that's in your heart. You don't have a blueprint. You're just being led. Exactly, Yvonne. So you're just being led by your spirit to what's right. You letting God lead you. One thing about a good parent, they're going to always try to do what's right for their children. They're going to do something better and something different. You're going to change. Nobody's going to be repeating the same stuff. There's no right or wrong way. You're just doing what you can with your experience. And don't feel bad about that. As you experience life, you're going to realize as a parent, there is no blueprint. You can't compare how I raise my children to how you raise. I can't compare how I take care of my kids to how you take care of your kids. Some things may work, some things may not. Depends on the temperament, depending on what kind of curses y'all fighting in the family, depending on, it's a lot of stuff. Because everything is just not natural. Everything dealing with your children is just not natural. A lot of this stuff be spiritual too, just like some of the battles we're fighting. That's why some of y'all feel like y'all did all y'all supposed to. You feel like you did everything you were supposed to do. You went to school, you got your degree. You know, you got this, you got that, and you still feel like you can't get ahead. Because it's spiritual. You got to go check the bloodline. You fighting something deeper than this surface stuff, than this natural stuff. You're fighting something deeper. You're fighting something deeper. Feel like you can't get ahead. It seems like it's just so hard for you. It seems like everyone else can do things so easy. But when it comes to you, it's always a struggle. Like I can't really save money. I'm trying to save for, my retirement. I'm trying to save for this. And it just seems like you can't get ahead. That's spiritual, baby. You're gonna have to go to the Lord with that. You're gonna have to go to the Lord, ask God to guide you and show you. Break that spirit of poverty off your bloodline. Because most of us, we live in certain conditions because of our ancestors. Making agreement so they can get ahead. So they can keep a man and all these good luck charms and all this stuff they were getting into. A lot of us suffering because of that. But I'm fighting. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to fight. I'm fighting. I'm fighting for me. I'm fighting for my children, my grands, great-grands. I'm fighting. It's a hard fight, but I'm fighting. Well, they say you're going to go out swinging. I'm going out swinging. I'm swinging. I be getting hit in all kind of places, but I still get up swinging. Because this is bigger than us. Some of you all sitting questioning yourself. I did the right thing. I tried to, I got married, and you're just going down, checking off the list, checking the box off the list of the things you were supposed to do. Only to find out you ran right into the same curse, family curse, that you were trying to get away from. You ran right into it. You ran right into a situation a relationship, a marriage that felt normal to you because you came from a dysfunctional family, like the same. It felt normal because you came from a family like that relationship you got in. It was familiar. But it came to wake you up. That's all. It came to wake you up. One thing about the chosen ones, we're gonna get put into situations to wake us up. The situation is going to wake us up. It's going to enlighten us, and it's going to open up our spiritual eyes. Your spiritual eyes will be open. Your spiritual eyes will be open. When you get into these familiar, dysfunctional relationships, it's going to wake you up. And if you're not grounded and rooted in God, guess what's going to happen? It's going to drive you crazy. Most people go crazy when their spiritual eyes are open because it seems like they've been living in a fantasy. It's like you've been living in a false world. And then when God open your eyes, it's like you're going to see everything for what it truly is. You're going to see everything and people for who they truly are. And the first thing you're going to see your family for who they truly are. You're going to see your spouse for who they truly are. You're going to see your children for who they truly are. And that can be good or bad. And you're going to be scared. It's going to scare you. Yes, it was like you were living in the fog. Like, what happened to me? Like, it's like you were living in a. Y'all keep on watching this stuff on TV. I don't watch it. My girls used to watch it. What that junk was, what it was. I said junk, and we say that from the hood. What it was, the upside down world. It looks like your world is gonna be like your world been turned upside down when you get your spiritual eyes open. And then you're going to understand everything. You're not going to take things personal anymore. You're going to be able to release people and forgive them to a certain degree, to where you're not carrying hate and venom and bitterness. You're going to see, like, this when forgiveness is going to be able to come and come. People are like, how do I forgive somebody who did this and that? Once your spiritual eyes open, you're going to be like, that's why they did that. And you realize you're a chosen one. If you ain't got your mind on right, you will be in a nut house. Because, people want to send y'all there anyways. People want to send y'all their chosen ones anyways. And when your spiritual eyes are open because you've been living in this fake, phony world, and you start doing things different, because some people, they have like a real awakening. Like, and I can understand where they're coming from without judging them, right? Because I understand they get this awakening. It's like they run and they go into this hiding. It's like they don't want to deal with the world and the people in the world, but you can't do that because we're in this world. So we got to be in it, but not be of it. You got to be really, you're going to be in it, but not of it. And it's going to change. And when your eyes open, you're not going to be able to let go of everything cold turkey. It's going to be a journey. God is going to take you on a journey. You're going to be on a journey. So, yeah, that's what happened. And sometimes it'll seem like everything irritates you too. Like you'll be very irritable. And that's where you're going to have to continue to pray so you can get strength. You're going to have to pray so you get strength and understanding. So you won't be walking around all weird. Because people already think you're weird. Because their eyes haven't been open. You're going to be weird to people when their eyes are not open. And your eyes are open. Like, you're standing there like, you don't see that? You don't see this? No, they don't see it. And it's not for them to see. It's not for them to see. You're gonna have to just embrace your gift. You're gonna have to embrace your gift and what you know to be true for you, and you have to move accordingly. Because you're trying to get everybody to see what you see, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You're gonna drive yourself crazy. You're really gonna be driving yourself crazy because they're not going to understand. They're gonna be looking at you like, I don't see nothing. I don't care. And people don't care. This is when you know, when you awaken, you're gonna have to do what's best for you. You're gonna have to walk out that journey for you. Your walk is going to be for you. And when people see you're continuously faithful and you're not giving up, although you make mistakes, although you said a curse word, or although you got mad at someone, or, when they see you still on that journey, then they'll come around and take it with you. But you can't force nobody to get on that journey with you. Nope.